This is the Negro Ninja, and today I just want to say, you see the character of men, okay, by how they treat everything, okay? Are they good to the animals, okay? Are they good towards the environment? How do they treat women? Okay, now that right there is complicated, okay? Because when a man actually treats women good, he has 1,000 ways he could have treated her better, according to the nigga that was watching. According to the bitch that was watching, you can never treat a woman too well. Okay. Then when you treat a woman too well, they say you treat her too well. You know, women, you're just too nice. You know, you got to show more assertiveness and this, that, and this. Now, what is assertiveness? What is assertiveness? Okay, a lot of this stuff is just pushing us. Basically, just narcissistic stuff. Okay, take charge, do this. Okay, so taking charge when a hoe tells you you want to control me, like that don't even make any sense. Okay, bitches are the word, and the word's a bitch, and a lot of shit people say is like a bitch that don't know what she wants. Okay, like a bitch that doesn't know what she wants. Okay, and what is the issue here? Everybody got something to say about a man that is doing something right. Okay, they always got something to say. So many things try to discredit decent men, whether you call yourself decent, righteous, or whatever. You finna be grouped in as a nice guy. That's just it. Okay. Always something. And like I said, like being in a place to where you know hoes is looking at you. You know, women just respond to your Negro magnetism or whatever the hell type of race you are is magnetism. Flocking around you and stuff. And you notice that, I'm getting all this attention. Why am I not leaving with bitches? That don't make any sense. You tell me I get all this attention and then a rainbow zombie comes to harass me? I could do a whole video on that right there. Okay. And that right there is just a form. That's a sign that people are intimidated. Like I said, I'm going to do another intimidation video. But just think about that. Okay, something is not correct about this picture. Because motherfuckers been talking. I'm telling you. And my mom was just telling me that shit yesterday. You know, like, y'all know what people be saying? Because I was like, how the hell I'm at this job, and when I leave, I only get the dudes phone number. Hey, man, take my number. Okay, and I was like, when I was talking to the girls, it's like they was expecting for me to ask for the number. They was acting apprehensive, despite the fact that they'll be around me talking 24/7 and stuff and playing the flirting game. Very strange. And once again, you do not know what is happening behind your back. Okay, my mom's like, you don't know what expectations they think you might have and this, that, and this. Okay, because there was even a fat old lady, you know, that was acting kind of like I'm trying to take something precious for her. Make sure you take my number, telling the people beside me and stuff. She thought I was going to ask for it. She was like, I'm like, first of all, you too old for me. Then you said I'm too young for you. Like, what you acting like that for? You don't know what niggas is saying behind your back. Okay, you don't know, because I'm telling you, when they see somebody that is about something, everybody's going to work. Okay, how do you think the world is ran the way it's ran? Okay, you think that just go around, make sure y'all reward a nigga that is capable of doing things that he should be doing. Okay, because if that was the case, then you would see niggas in places that they supposed to be at doing shit that they're good at doing. Okay, the shit is real out here. Always talking. Always plotting. Okay. But yeah, and I can just prove this with what people say about nice guys, okay? And you have seen it a long time ago yourself. Okay. This was trending for years, you know. Well, people just gang up on nice guys. It's always something. You think you nice, but you ain't nowhere near as nice. It's always something. Okay, well, you think that just because you nice that she's supposed to just give you the pussy? Yes. Okay, do you think that just because he's mean that he shouldn't get the pussy? Apparently she don't. Okay, so I'm gonna find a couple of Reddit videos, and I can just do this at random. This how crazy this is. All right, because you got to think about this. Reddit is a thread to where somebody asks a question about nice guys or whatever the fuck. Okay, And I would say that this is not Reddit spreading this disinformation because when a person asks a question, they expect a particular answer. He does not have control over bitches that does not know the difference between right and wrong. Okay. So many of these nice guy stories is going to consist of women basically talking about creeps and psychopaths, calling themselves nice guys. Okay, now what is wrong with this picture? We know a whole got more sense than that. Okay, when it comes to cunning and ways to make you, when she's trying to negotiate with you, when you should get the pussy, and how long you should wait to get the pussy, she'll negotiate with you. She got all the common sense in the world. Well, I don't know you for this long, but my friend. I saw you flirting with her. Like they'll do you like that. Okay, so you telling me that a hoe can't discern a nigga just calling himself a nice guy that's not versus a dude that's actually decent for real? She just group all them niggas in together. You ain't shit. He ain't shit. Okay. And I'm just going to say this part because I tried to find stories about bad boys, but I just couldn't do it yet. Very difficult to find. Okay. I just see mostly women talking shit about decent men or trying to discredit them as a creep or whatever by grouping them in with them idiots. There's nothing. I can't find nothing. Okay, on Reddit about this shit. Okay. So look. Nice guys Reddit. Okay. Women of Reddit, what is your worst nice guy experience? Okay.
r/ask Reddit. Women of Reddit, what is your worst nice guy experience? A random guy held my crutches for me as I walked down some stairs at uni. He seemed nice and joked about how he once broke a foot. It'll get better. etc. etc. We get to the bottom and he asks if we could get some coffee. I thank him, but tell him I'm seeing someone, so he just drops my crutches on the floor and walks away. So my best nice guy
Oh man. I don't think he was really all that wrong in this situation. Okay. But at the same time, that's why you don't really help women do anything. You just, men should not put themselves in positions that's just not at an advantage. But he thought that he was doing something nice. Okay, I don't think he was wrong for doing it because he clearly was after one thing. You should never help a woman that has a nigga unless it's absolutely necessary, because you can be helping a bitch and a nigga just around and ain't doing shit. And like, hold on, how the fuck you just come out of nowhere? Okay, stuff like that'll happen. Okay, but this dude was essentially doing what a lot of other dudes did, but was just successful with it. He just figured, why waste my time? I'm not getting nothing out of it. So he clearly was not nobody decent still. But if the shoe was on the other foot, if it just worked to where she had nobody, then that'd be somebody that was in a relationship with her successfully. She wouldn't think that nothing about that then.
Experience was a guy I actually did try to date. We went out once. He didn't have a lot going on. No job. No college. Pending assault charges in another state for a 17-year-old girl, which he let me know on the first date. I decided that maybe now wasn't the best time for him to be dating, but he was funny and nice, so I said let's stay friends. He agreed at first, but then he started calling and texting me constantly. Whenever I didn't want to hang out with him, it was because I was too busy being a slut and catching chlamydia. As soon as I would respond, he would apologize and be nice, for like 5 seconds. This continued, got worse, and I eventually just blocked his number. He of course just started calling and texting off random phone numbers. One night when I had ignored him all day, he left me a voicemail telling me what I was wearing that day and then going into detail about how he wanted to kill me and assault and also end my young child's life. I had to change my number and file a police report to get him to leave me alone. That's what I get for trying to find love on a Cupid.
So once again, where do you see a nice guy in that story? Okay, do you see what these hoes are doing? Okay, they go out of their way to discredit decent men by grouping them with dumb motherfuckers like that. Okay, now once again, if that was a successful date, she would have nothing to say about him. Okay. And a lot of people don't know how crazy the niggas they are really are. It just happened to go smooth. You just never saw that side. Okay. You just never saw that side. Bitches go out of their way to discredit. Okay. I have not seen a thread about nice guys yet. Haven't seen the actual thread. This is a thread about creeps and psycho and sociopaths. Okay. Let's listen to this one.
I haven't had many, but I had a recent one. Met a guy at work briefly. Later see that he friended me on Facebook and asks me out. I said I wasn't looking for a relationship, especially with all my work troubles. He says he's fine with friendship, and says he understands me so much. Over the next few weeks he sends me messages about cats or the weather. Stuff like that. Usually about 4 in a row. All about an hour apart. I don't really respond much. Then the other day I wake up to a text that says, "Hey," so I write, "Hey, what's up?" I didn't see that the first text was from the previous night. The next text I get back says something like, "Well, I was going to invite you to a party last night, but I see you were hanging out with other people. It's too bad. I guess I'll just delete your number. I could have loved you forever." I text back basically saying, "What the hell is it all about?" He then says that he couldn't stand that I was with someone else and could I please understand. I thought the messages were mean because I met him once. Never hung out with him. Had good reasons for not starting anything. And yet he tries to make me feel bad when I'm already not doing well.
Bitches. Okay, and once again, you can feel sorry for this bitch in this story. Okay, which is what she wants you to do. Okay. And once again, if she just told the story like what it was, she should have said, "Oh, well, I was dealing with this creep." Okay, you don't start off a story by trying to discredit a motherfucker just to get some sympathy. You don't do that shit. Okay, and let me find this one I really want to talk about. Okay, um, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Damn, I'm just gonna click on women. What's your nice guy story before I go?
Women of Reddit, what's your nice guy story? Okay, my best actual nice guy moment. I went out after work in London with friends, and caught the last late train back out to where I lived. Long story short, I was pretty drunk and somehow managed to fall asleep and miss my stop. I started panicking, crying, and realized that my phone battery was dead, and I didn't have my housemate's numbers written down. Basically, I was fricked roughly 80 miles from home, in the middle of the night, drunk. Not great, I know, but I was very young. Anyway, I'm cursing my own stupidity when an older man on the train wearing a suit walks over and asks if I'm okay. I explain my predicament and he says not to worry, he's getting off at the next stop, and will show me to the taxi rank. I was a little bit wary of him, but I didn't have too many options, so he got off the train, and he put me in the taxi. After an hour and a half taxi ride, I arrived back home, and asked the taxi to stop, while I attempt to withdraw £200 from the ATM. He just smiled, and said, "Don't worry, miss, your friend has put this fare on his account." How fucking amazing was that? It bothered me for ages, that I never got to thank that man. What a legend. I hope I get to pay it forward one day.
What you gonna do? Okay, why you ain't get the nigga's number or nothing? Okay, you see, like where's the reward? Like, I don't understand his situation. I don't know if he got a wife or whatever. I don't know if she got a husband or whatever. Okay, but she didn't just go out of her way to pay. Let's keep in contact. I gotta pay you back for that. She ain't even do that.
Met this guy online through one of my
Okay, and that was the actual nice guy story. Okay, I'm shocked at this because I did like 3 drafts to this and then find this shit.
friends. He seemed pretty nice, so I would text him periodically throughout the day, and he wanted to video chat once, so we did. He became obsessed with me, and wanted to call every night, before he went to bed. He told me I would be the perfect wife, and that we should have 3 kids. He wanted to move me out to the cattle ranch he owned and operated, so we could get married, and start a family. We had been talking for maybe 2 weeks. I was looking for a job, to get through college, and jokingly shared an "I'll hiring dancers" sign at the local strip club on Snapchat. He went ballistic and told me he couldn't be with a girl who had no respect for herself. We weren't even dating, but he broke up with me on my birthday. I'm sure.
Okay, there's another weird story. Okay, and once again, women do stupid shit like that to niggas all the time. Just need to stop playing. They'll break up with you. I didn't know we was dating. What the hell are you talking about? Like all the stuff I be saying. Like if a chick take a fancy to you, she can be married. She can have a boyfriend. She can have kids. She can got a whole family. But if she feel that you're betraying her by talking to another woman or looking at another woman, standing next to another woman, there's penalties for that shit. That's crazy. Okay, so she need to shut the fuck up. Okay, of course I should have expected that they was gonna slip a weirdo story in here, and on top of that, who's to say that she's actually telling the truth in that story? Okay, who's to say that she's just not making him seem like a creep? Okay, because hoes will lie like that. So I'm iffy on that story. Let's see what they're saying with this one.
We've told this story before on a different account, but I once was out with friends and my drink was spiked. One dude stayed with me to take care of me, and my other friends left because we all knew him. Turns out he spiked my drink himself, so he could save me and show me how caring he was. Edit. Since people are asking how I found out, he told a mutual friend thinking that the guy would think it was a cool move. Our friend did not think it was cool, and told me what happened. This dude also laced the one hitter we were using with something that same night. I could have died, but he really thought he was being a genius pickup artist. The worst part is that we had actually been talking for a week or so before this. I clearly already liked him, and he still felt the need to do this. Keep your eyes on your drink and trust your instincts.
Now, once again, where does nice guy fit in at? Okay, I don't see it. Okay, and once again, she has to lose points for putting that in a story to where they say, hey, what's your nice guy moment? Okay, and like I said, to be honest with you, these same dudes that they're talking about right here, okay, just simply did not maneuver correctly. Their plan just didn't work. Because if it worked, they would think he was the best man in the world. Okay, they would think he was the best man in the world. You can't listen to shit hoes say. Okay, now I'm really trying to find this one. Let's see if I can find it in my history. What is the most uncomfortable situation a nice guy has put you in?
Semester of college, I had a class with this weird and obviously desperate, super awkward and negative guy. A date. I was trying to leave a frat party and the two guys guarding the closet claimed it was house rule that a girl has to give them her number to get their coats. This was not a place I was familiar with, and it was a narrow hallways tucked out of the way from the rest of the party. They were larger than me, drunk AF, and kept trying to sweet talk me into staying upstairs with them instead because they're so nice. Since they had been so nice to make sure no one stole our things at the party, we had to pay them back. One guy even said I could just flash him instead. I gave them my number, and when a guy started to text me, I only responded with Spider-Man memes until he gave up. Literally never saw them again. I only responded with Spider-Man memes until he gave up. Best thing ever. Last semester.
Now, on another one, somebody said she was playing a game with the Spider-Man meme because that could have made him like her even more. So they said that was a gamble. But once again, they even used these stories just to be a bitch. Okay, because she did not have to give those niggas that number. She told herself something. Well, they did help me do this, so I guess I can get her number. Okay. Why didn't she just flash him? Okay, if but once again, she's just thinking to herself, I can't really torture him with a flash. I don't want the nigga to win. Okay, it's just sadistic. Okay, and once again, I'm not saying that she's wrong for not doing it. Okay, but if she felt the need to do something right by him, what the way she's trying to make it sound, I'm just trying to be nice. I gave him my number. No, you should have flashed that nigga if you think like that, so you full of shit. Okay. And secondly, the chick will always take the opportunity to torment a dude. Okay, now, despite the fact that what they was doing when really all that right with how they was coming up on them hoes, they were just playful. I don't think they would have tried to strong arm a bitch or rape her or nothing. Okay. And the woman know this too. Like women be knowing what type of niggas, they know women ain't really scared of dudes and nothing like that. Okay. She just wanted to fuck with him. Okay. She just oh, that's a perfect opportunity to fuck with him. She planned that shit the first time they met. Okay. Okay. Women always have ways they thinking about messing with niggas. I wonder how it would work about doing this. They just natural trolls. They professional gaslighters, them hoes. Okay. They are professional gaslighters, nigga. I can prove it. Okay. I can prove that they are professional gaslighters. Think about this. Alright. Hoes walk around fucking 24/7. Okay, they just express themselves. I don't have to tell you how many men I've slept with. I'm a woman. Okay. Well, you're dating. That doesn't mean that you can't sleep around. Okay, so they saying all this amongst each other. You can still sleep around. You don't even know. This ain't no commitment. This ain't no relationship. Okay, doing all that, but the worst guy is the guy that asks for the pussy. Okay, how does that make sense? Okay, nigga slapped the shit out of her the other day. Such a dick. Ugh, I can't stand this nigga. Nigga asked for pussy. He's not as good as I thought. I thought he was a gentleman, but he just want the pussy. Professional gaslighters. Okay. And going back to this lady that started responding to this nigga with Spider-Man memes until he gave up. Okay. What if that just made him mad to where if he saw her again, then he probably inflicted violence on her? Okay. So whenever a hoe is telling you a story that a dude is just acting up and acting out, I'm telling you, niggas don't just do that, just out the blue. Like hoes be I'm telling you, they sit down and they think about this. Okay. Like if they leave you on red or something. I remember I left the chick on red because I really had something to do. I came back and she blocked me. And guess how long I put her on red? Guess how long I put her on red? 2 fucking minutes. Okay, so they can't even take nothing like that. Or if they don't block you, they'll just stop fucking with you. Like they don't play that shit because they know how they are. Okay, well, you couldn't just take a second just to tell me this right here. They don't play with you. Okay. This shit here crazy. Okay, but y'all see how this is. Okay, so many people's opinion about nice guys have been coming from stuff like this, Reddit, YouTube, and shit like that. It was a movement to where people went around. Niggas think they're nice. They think they're nice. I got to get in the pussy. Okay. Well, does a nigga supposed to get the pussy when he's mean? All right. Now, this is a very retarded answer. Okay. It don't make any sense for either answer. Okay. So there you go with that one. How the fuck you just be mean to a bitch and have her more emotionally invested? That should tell you something right there. Okay, you're nice, but I'm not emotionally invested. I'm just not into you that way. Okay, you're my friend. So once again, to discredit, to try to make women seem like they don't make bad choices, they just put it off on the dudes. You just ain't as good as you think you are. How can they never say this bad boy ain't never as bad as he say he is? Now, what you would hear hoes say about bad guys is, he's not so bad. He's really a good guy on the inside. He's really a nice guy on the inside. Nice guy. Nowhere near as nice as you say you are. Okay. And we have been witnessing, the mechanisms behind why hoes make the wrong decisions. Like what drives them to make the wrong decisions? What are they telling themselves to make stupid decisions? That's what it is. Okay. So not only are they telling themselves, if you want people to enable you, they have to agree with your stupid decisions. Because if they think you're making a dumb decision, they're going to be like everybody else. Stop doing stupid shit. Damn. You convince them that what their decision is, that their decisions is beneficial despite the fact that it's stupid, then they're going to enable them to do it. Okay. But it's like I was saying at the beginning, if you're in an environment to where everything should be going the way it should be going based off of logic, and it does not, you had better believe there's people saying some shit. Working on around the clock 24/7. Every time you're there, and every time you're not around and hear what people saying, they saying something dumb about you. It's just like that dating technique, to where if you're trying to escalate, how they'll try to tell you, create a touch, just find an excuse to touch her to get her horny. Okay, and that's essentially what people are doing right there with these hoes, or just what people in general, because bitches are the word and the word's a bitch. Okay, so instead of people just saying, that nigga there is awesome, ain't he? Okay, every time you're going somewhere, why he doing this? What you think about that? That's what it is. And they'll come in your face smiling. Okay, and you think that they treating you the way they always treated you, but in the back of their mind, that seed has been planted. And that's what ultimately make people do stupid shit that don't really make sense in the end. Okay, the sabotage shit is real. Okay, it is all a game. Just the same way hoes lie to themselves is how people lie to hoes and peers and shit like that when it comes to things that benefit you. Bitches are the word and the word's a bitch. Okay, and like I said, I have not found a post on Reddit that was talking about bad boys and the same negativity. Okay, all nice guy posts on Reddit are just people trying to discredit, men that are decent. So whenever somebody can say, this dude is decent, oh, is he really? And she thinking about a creep. What if he usually turn out to be creeps? That's in the back of their mind and shit like that. Okay, they'll look at you and size you up. Okay, that's one of the main reasons why they'll try to disqualify you. Because of shit like that, that same philosophy, that same mindset. That's what it is. All right. And that's what that is. All right. And that's why I tell people when the environment like you, the hoes love you. Okay. Because the environment is going to be walking around saying great things about you behind your back. Okay. And they're not going to be trying to belittle you behind your back. Like I said, I wish one of these days, somebody going to slip up. Because like I said, for the most part, people don't want to tell you what others are saying. A lot of times. There's only been a few times to what somebody told me when somebody was throwing salt on my game in my 34 years of living. Very rare. I can count it on my fingers. I just remember it about twice. Okay. About twice. Let me tell you what happened to me before I end this. Okay. Or should I just wait to put this in the intimidation video? Okay. You know what? I think I could say it. But it's like when I was at that corporate job, I was at the gym. Okay. And every lunch I go to the gym for 30 minutes or 10 or whatever, but I get my workout in every lunch break. And then my arms was just just pumped up, and I just rolled up my sleeve and shit. Nobody had an issue. Okay. Had my sleeves rolled up, jacked. Okay. And before I knew it, he said, "Hey, Negro Ninja." She said, she told me to tell you to put your sleeves down. Okay, he pretty much just told me how that operates. Because he was a cool dude because he's 6'5". He didn't give a fuck. Okay. He was like, well, she told me to tell you this, Negro Ninja. Okay, old lady. Okay, you see how they try to do you? Okay, now what would happen in a situation normally like that is I would have just got in trouble. Hey, roll up your sleeves. He wouldn't have told me why he said it, That's how it usually is when I'm surrounded by everybody that's just the devil. She was the devil, but he was cool. Okay, but the stupid thing about it is about a day or two later, she rolled up her sleeves. And then he said, didn't you just tell the Negro Ninja not to roll his sleeves up? Why are you walking around rolling your sleeves up? Okay, but like I said, just think about that. Okay, then prior to that, okay, when I was rolling up my sleeves, because I'm helping all these women and shit. Okay, some of the variety of women at that job, even if they ain't your type, you'll lay your dick on their forehead. Every one of them bitches bad on some level. Just a lady just looking at me, I'm like, you need help? And I'm just in there because I'm the hot guy in there and all this shit. Can I help you with this? Yes. Okay. And I was like, oh, I got me a nice momentum going. And that's when you know I had to roll my sleeves down because that, that lady, the old lady who is fresh, by the way, come up to niggas. So, hey, what you doing? This shit here deep, man. But that's all I got to say for this round. And this has been the Negro Ninja bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.